A very good morning, dear students. In last video, we have discussed about Unit 1 Part A, Communication Skills Session 1. In today's session, we are going to continue with Session 2. Session 2 is related to verbal communication. What do you mean by verbal? It means that is in a written form. And for communicate using verbal, we need some words. We need say particular language. We need a sender who will send the information, and we need one receiver at least who will receive the information. So in a bookish language, verbal communication includes sounds, words, language and speech. And speaking is the best method in case of verbal communication. A user needs a language to communicate with other user. Without language, a verbal communication is not possible. So user need to communicate through language. User should know about how to communicate, which type of grammatical error it can perform in between. So a user will be perfect in a language communication, and language should be common for sender and receiver. Sender and receiver will receive the same language. It should not be different, because if language is different, a receiver will not understand about the language. Now, types of communication. How to perform verbal communication? There are different types of communication. First one is interpersonal. Second type of communication is written communication. Third type of communication that include small group communication. And fourth one type that is including public communication. First of all, what do you mean by interpersonal communication? Which communication is performed between two persons? One will be sender, one will be the receiver. It means two persons are present in a communication of interpersonal. They are exchanging their ideas, they are exchanging their view for a specific topic, for a specific purpose. So this type of communication in which two persons will be present, one will be sender, another will be receiver, is known as interpersonal communication. They are personally communicating with each other. Second type is written communication. Written communication can be either in the form of letter, it can be in the form of specific format, it can be in the form of text message, it can be in the form of specific format, it can be in any form, it can be in the form of news group, it can be in the form of advertisement, it can be in the form of any medium that is in written form is known as written communication, in which a sender will write their views and share it with the receiver with the help of writing content. And written material use the specific language, and they will perform the specific operations that are required for writing a content. It means grammatical concepts are keeping in mind, how to use grammatical error, how to remove the error. All concepts are covered in written communication. Third is small group communication. Small group means to say when a organization is having 8 to 10 employees, and organization want to communicate, like manager want to conduct a meeting with their staff member. This type of communication is known as small group communication, in which a small group of people are communicating with each other, and manager is the person who is conducting the meeting, and clerks and other staff is the part of this communication. So small group means to say group of people in which a number of people are very limited. It can be 4 to 5, 6, 7, 8 to 10. Approximately the communication will be at max 10 to 15. So this type of communication is known as small group communication. Either it can be in a written form, either it can be in a verbal form. Next is public communication. Public means to say to communicate in a large group to communicate in front of audience, like a teacher is delivering the lecture, like a politician is giving the speech, like any other function that is performed from stage. The host will communicate with the audience. This type of communication is known as public communication. It can be either written, it can be either spoken form. And for all such type of communication, we need a specific language skill. Till the time we are not having the communication skill, we cannot perform this such type of communication. Now there are so many advantages or benefits of using a verbal communication. So let's discuss now. What are the advantages of verbal communication? First advantage, very easy. Second advantage, concept should be clear. Concept will be clear. Third type, documentary proof. More understandable. These are some points that are providing the advantages of communication, how it is beneficial. Like first point I have written, very easy. Writing the content or speaking their ideas, it is very easy to communicate. It's a method that can be easily translated the idea from one person to another person. That is very easy concept for communicate with two person. Concept will be clear. Definitely when we are writing something, when we are explaining in front of each other, like face-to-face communication, it will be more clear. Concept should be more clear. Documentary proof. Suppose we are communicating today and we need the same communication concept after 5 years, after 10 years, after 1 year, after 6 months. So we are having a documentary proof. We are having a document. We can speak that you have communicated by this letter. You are communicated by this particular certificate. That is a documentary proof. It can be safe for a proof also. And more understandable. Definitely if we are communicating by using the language, by communicating, by speaking, by writing, so it should be more understandable either than non-verbal communication, because concept should be clearly mentioned in a particular letter or a particular communication medium. Now along with these advantages, few disadvantages are also there. What are the disadvantages? Disadvantage is only one, due to language gap, communication is not clear. If the sender is communicating by a specific language that is not understandable by receiver side, then there is no any fun of communicating, there is no any way to communicate with the audience. So this is the topmost disadvantage of this type of communication. If language gap is there, communication gap is there, then it is not a beneficial method for communicating with a receiver side. So by looking all the features, advantages, disadvantages or types, we can definitely speak that verbal communication is better than non-verbal communication, because it's provided documentary proof also. It is very easy to understand, it should be more clear, and we can keep it as a record for future reference. So in today's session we have completed with session 2. Session 2 was related to verbal communication. In verbal communication we have defined what is verbal communication, which type of communication can be verbal, what is required for verbal communication, what are the advantages of verbal communication, and what are the disadvantages of verbal communication. Dear students, if you are facing any doubt in any concept, you can ask me personally on my WhatsApp number also, or you can ask in your grade also. So thank you, have a nice day for this session. We will meet in next session with next video, session 3 video. Thank you so much.